Hello YouTube, this is my buddy Brice, and he's going to share his testimony.
Hi, I'm Brice.
Alright, so, he likes Pepsi.
That I do.
I like water.
Pepsi's better for you.
Yeah, I mean, it's not terrible or anything, So, Brice,
That's my name.
do you want to explain to everyone what you're about to do?
Oh, my buddy here, you know him, you love him, Jordan. He's gonna ask me questions about my life and what I've been through, and I'm just gonna let you guys know, show you the turnaround of how my life's gone and the downsides and upsides to it.
Alright, so explain to me, like, what we talked about yesterday. Like, explain to everyone how you went out and partied and, just everything,
It all started in 6th grade. It was one of those, I thought I was on top of the world. I could say what I want, do what I want. I lived in an all-male living quarters, so the language wasn't always the best, It was guy-to-guy talk. It was a man cave. And, I had a lot of problem with situation awareness and knowing where I was and knowing that it was wrong for me to be saying certain stuff. And 6th through freshman year, I got suspended at least one time every year. And it was all for verbal sexual comments I was making. And it wasn't even, some of them weren't even bad. It was just the fact I was in school. And it's not the place to be talking about that kind of stuff. And freshman year, I got suspended, and the only way I was ever going to be able to return back to school is if I went and completed the Michigan Youth Challenge Academy, and I graduated as a sergeant, which, that was a big accomplishment for me. I got out, I figured, shoot, I'm on top of the world, I can do what I want, nobody's going to stop me, and I went out and I was partying all the time, and I can't sit here and say that I regret that because I made a lot of mistakes, but mistakes, are honestly just lessons. But throughout the time, I had got caught up in drinking, drugs, sex, and really lost my way from going to church and stuff. And just recently, I got kicked out of my mom's for being involved in that kind of stuff. Moved in with my dad, and I've been trying to get my life back on track. I've been trying to get a full-time job, trying to get back into, God, trying to get him back into my life. And Jordan here, he's been helping me out. He's taught me a lot of stuff in just less than a week. It's crazy. And I've been a lot happier, having, some sense of feeling that God's there. It's honestly amazing. I don't know what else to say.
If you could change, one thing about everything that you did in the past, would you?
No, I wouldn't. If I went back and changed something, then I don't know where I would be now. And, I have messed up a lot, and it's affected my life a lot. But I'm in a really good situation to have a very bright future. And they're all a bunch of lessons that have taught me a lot of stuff.
Alright, and then what you told me yesterday is, you went to the parties and you saw people stealing and, and that, set things off for you and you flipped out and...
Yep. There was one specific party, and it was for my friend's birthday. And she's been a friend of mine since I was in diapers. We grew up together, then we kind of split apart due to our parents not being friends. And we ended up, growing back together, not knowing we were friends when we were little. And, it was for her birthday, and she moved in with her boyfriend. And I was there, I was trying to help, set up her birthday. So she had a really good birthday, it was her first birthday without her family, stuff like that. Excuse me. And, he had went and stole from Myers. I was asked to do a different task. I wasn't aware of it until after it happened. He had stolen, between 2 days, he stole just under 20 gallons of alcohol. And I wasn't aware until, it was too late. So, the second night, the police officer came. I had no idea that they even knew about it. he asked me, he was like, we have pictures of you walking out of Myers and getting into this car. And that's all they had on me. That's all they had. But due to the fact that I got in the car, that's enough evidence to prove that I was an accomplice. But I wasn't. They don't know that I wasn't aware. And due to certain mistakes I had made when I was still in school, I was facing charges for verbal sexual harassment. I was talking with one of my buddies, and I said, so-and-so wants to see my... You can probably fill in the blank. And she reported it, and the police got involved. Her parents pressed charges, and that's initially why I went to military school. But the officer pulled up my record, and I was still there. It hadn't been expunged yet. And he said, well, if you're proven guilty for this, you'll be charged for that charge, which was a misdemeanor, plus a felony for stealing the alcohol as an accomplice. And so, I was like, I don't know what to do. Do I write out my buddy or spend 15 years in prison? Because I was facing prison time due to the extended amount. And so I told him, I was like, I'll make a statement. Because, it's one of those, you guys might be put in some of the same positions. You gotta sit there and think, would they stick up for you in these situations? And I'm happy I made that decision, because shortly after, I made the decision, I made the statement, told the cop exactly what happened, and got away. But as soon as he found out I made a statement, he came up, and he was in my face yelling at me. And he had pushed me. Which, alright, whoop-de-doo, somebody pushes you because they're mad. But when I was going, a table had caught the back of my leg. And so it, kind of bent me back a little bit. I stood up and turned to go face him again, and he cheap shotted me. And, when he hit me, it surprised me, and I was like, whoa. And I looked back at him, and I went to go take a step forward to him. I was getting ready to fight him. And he ran down the stairs, but the thing that stopped me was the fact that this girl had stepped in front of me. She was like, don't do it. And, I think every day, I'm in her debt. She stopped me from doing something that could have put me in an even worse situation. So, the moral of the story, I guess, is, when it seems like it's you or somebody else, if you're not guilty, or, even if you're guilty, tell the truth. That's your best bet. So I told the truth. And someone who I thought was my friend turned around and told the cops he forced me to do it. The cops knew for a fact because him punching me was on video, so they knew he wasn't scared of me. He tried saying that I scared him and forced him into stealing that alcohol.
Alright, so before we end this video, so we can actually go to church, what made you decide, I want to change my life around, and, and why do you feel like I can help you?
Well, it was due to the fact that I'm 17 years old. I'm out of high school. I wasn't going anywhere with my life. I wasn't doing anything. But, me and Jordan, we met a few years ago at a concert, at a church concert. And so I knew what he was about, if that makes sense to you guys. And, I knew he wasn't going to put me in a spot where I'd be going backwards. And, he was constantly, giving me upbringing, telling me, you got this, man. Just let God in, you'll be perfectly fine afterwards. And, like I said, just in this short amount of time, he's helped me so much. It's insane. I don't even feel like the negativity I felt so much before. I feel a lot more open and happy. So, this guy right here is a good man to listen to.
Alright, well, I appreciate you, talking to everyone and telling everyone your story. After you told me all this and what happened, it caught my eye and I didn't even know what to say, honestly. And so, but thank you for watching. Just share, like, comment, subscribe, whatever. And we'll throw in his Snapchat so you can add him, or Facebook, whatever. Everyone take it easy.